be kinder. And I think that kindness is sort of like a boomerang in a certain sense. Kindness will inspire more kindness.
Well, my name is Theresa Marzo, and I believe I'm a very
and tell yourself
I
that
always follow.
I can do
what
this.
gender we are, it doesn't matter. We all live on this earth. We're all here together. Might as well put up with each other at this point. There's no point in all this fighting, all this hate.
Throughout history and in contemporary life, women face an abundance of challenges, whether that be internally or through the faults of society. Nevertheless, we've become more aware over the years, with a better perspective on the kind of treatment women deserve. We've overcome and endured. We fight for an ideal world for women. Hello, my name is Sienna Igman, and today we'll discuss how modern-day women strive to fight for our ideal world. In this video, we'll explore the root causes of why we don't have an ideal world for women today. Low self-esteem, lack of respect for women, injustice towards women, and our patriarchal society.
So I will bring this to in the Navy. There are certain opportunities that they give the officers to do, and these are like leadership positions. And one of them was presented to me to take on a leadership position, but I was doubting myself, so I didn't take it. So that's one. It's just really you just really have to reflect back and stop doubting yourself, and that's hard for me to say because it's easier said than done. You just have to think of what your limitations are, and if you need someone to support you or talk to you about it, then sometimes that's all you need. Some people just doubt themselves and they just need reassurance. So to me, that's what helps me conquer low self-esteem. Is I talk to someone and I ask, like, am I taking on too much, or am I taking a big leap of faith that I know I can't handle? And most of the time it's just me that's preventing myself from going through. So really just leaning on someone and asking them for their advice sometimes is all you need just to get over that hump. Do you think people are aware of when their self-esteem is degrading? I don't think so. I've come across people, especially in the healthcare field, when they start working, they're constantly doubting themselves and they're questioning out loud, and they don't realize that them questioning themselves and putting themselves down is preventing them from doing more than what they are able to do. So that's my answer is no to that. And then the second part of this question is, how do you think we can raise this awareness? Is hopefully that this person, when they have self-esteem issues, that they have a good support team around them that could help bring awareness to it and assist them with conquering it. Because sometimes people just, I guess that's just their coping mechanisms of just doubting themselves because they're afraid. It's mostly fear that generates this low self-esteem.
So I remember a time specifically for that. I was in baseball, 3rd, 5th grade, around that time, and the softball team wasn't open for some reason, so I had to join the baseball team, which was where most of the guys were at. I was one of the only 2 girls in the whole baseball team. So when I was trying out, I was paired up with this one guy who was catching with me, and he threw the ball really hard and it hit my face, and he did it twice. So, and then I asked him, like, why'd you do that? And he just kind of shrugged his shoulders, said, like, because you're a girl. Now that really sucked. And then when I got on the baseball, I was playing baseball. The pitcher on the other team, who was a guy, hit me in the stomach so hard I had to sit out the whole game. So that sucked. And again, it's just just because I'm a girl doesn't mean I can't play a sport. I love baseball, you know what I mean? But that definitely ruined baseball for me because I don't like playing with other people now. I think stereotypes, I think because of just how it's been, you know, since the beginning of time. You know what I mean? When we were like homo sapiens and all that good stuff, you know what I mean? Men were the people who typically went out to hunt. Women stayed and gathered and took care of kids. That's how it's always been. You know what I mean? But now that we've evolved, you know what I mean? We're here, technology is better. Women and men can do anything, you know what I mean? Except my differences physically, of course, but still. And I think the root cause for why stereotypically most men are discriminating women is because I guess in a sense they are against change. They have the mindset of it's always been this way, you know, in a sense, and they don't believe like women can do this, women can't. What do you think? Most men will think it's wrong if a woman joins the Navy because it's not the way, in a sense, a woman going to combat. I again, to my point, you know, like women can do anything men can do anything women can, other than give birth, of course. So I don't really understand the discrimination. You know what I mean? We're all people. We're all divided. We're all different, but we're all the same at the same time. You know what I mean? So who cares? I think advocating for women's rights is a good thing. I think educating people about women's rights, I think educating about gender equality, racial equality, all of that stuff. I don't think this is like just primarily for women. It is one big factor, but like there's race, there's religion, it's all of that stuff. I think what people need to like learn at the end of the day is that we are all people, regardless of skin color, what we believe in, what gender we are. It doesn't matter. We all live on this earth. We're all here together. Might as well put up with each other at this point, right? There's no point in all this fighting, all this hate, because like, would you want to bring your kids in this world? Would you want to live here? Because like, I wouldn't, you know?
So I would define patriarchy as a man-led or dominated society where it can have the unfortunate consequence of sexism. I would say that it really stems from a socio-historical context. I think there's a narrative all this time that started, you know, with the story of Adam and Eve in the Bible, to monarchies, to modern media, where men were portrayed as dominating women and did dominate women because they were allowed a certain power and privilege within different societal contexts. And so I think I know that I still see that today. America is fortunate enough that we've gone through 4 different waves of feminism and have kind of grown as a nation to better allow freedoms to all people. But especially in other countries, you see that women are still very much property of their fathers and then their husbands. They aren't allowed the same amount of education. They aren't allowed the same basic needs that a lot of people have. They aren't respected, really. And I think that we still see that in America too, where because it's such a hypersexual culture, sometimes women are very much disrespected. As far as myself experiencing the hindrance of patriarchy, I was fortunate enough to grow up around men who respected me, and therefore I really learned to respect myself and to be independent and to just overall make, you know, choices that would help me excel in whatever it was that I wanted to do. And I was really taught that. I think that I've experienced a male-dominated society where in certain environments I'm not respected and I'm not held on the same equal plane, whether it be in conversation, whether it be in the workforce, whether it be in just a conversation about, femininity and masculinity. So I think to create an ideal world for women would be to just equalize that playing field and to, make our traditional roles more fluid, and just to better allow women to define themselves rather than be defined by a patriarchy. So that would be my ideas on just how to make a more ideal world for women. It wouldn't be to create a world where women dominate men. It would be to create a world where we're held at an equal standard with equal opportunity, and where our roles aren't necessarily as concrete as we move towards a more diversified and unified society.
Usually what we can do is educate everybody, mostly of course the male, because I know back then males were very dominant. I know of course through the years, modernization, women are now created equal, so we can just re-educate everyone. Of course, back then growing up, so many stereotypes with women, and like I said, with men being very dominant back then, women were never given that time or given that title, or were never made equal. But now through the years, women have grown to empower, and now we are seen as equals. And how do I think we can change this? It's just educate everyone, especially in schools, especially the younger children, that respect everybody, no matter if you're male or female. Just respect each other, and that no one's ever above one another. We're all equal.